welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be doing a dinner for a family of 5 with some leftovers. It's going to be homemade shepherd's pie. And what I have done, I'll gather up all the ingredients. You're going to need fresh vegetables. If you have only canned, that's okay. I just know that it's a lot cheaper if you use fresh. 1 small onion, about 3 stalks of celery, and about 4 to 5 bigger carrots. Chop them up however you like. If you like them diced instead of just slivered, you're good. Do whatever you need. You can add about a tablespoon of butter if you need a little bit of moisture in there as you're sauteing them. Once this gets to at least halfway tender, not completely tender, but about halfway, you're going to add your beef. Now, if you have a smaller family, you're going to cut down on how much product you're going to be using. Since I'm doing a family of 5, when I have a big kids, and they're all boys, and they do eat a lot, this is what works for us the best. And if you're someone who doesn't have as many kids, this is great for leftovers and lunches. When this gets to be about halfway tender, we're going to add 2 pounds of ground beef. If you have 2 kids, especially if they're smaller, 1 pound of ground beef for the whole family would be perfect. Especially if you're a single parent and you need to average out what you're going to be doing, or if you're babysitting or you have family over, you do it by eye. If you feel like you need more, you add more. But these are the 3 main yummy fresh veggies we're going to be using in our dinner, with a can of corn and a can of green beans at the end. And stay tuned and I will help to finish it all up so you can see what it looks like when it gets almost tender and how it's going to look so yummy. If you have any suggestions or any budget meals you'd like me to try, please put them down in the comments. I would really love to try it out. This is the halfway point where I have added 3 teaspoons of garlic, salt and pepper to taste. You don't have to have garlic, minced garlic like I do. You can use garlic powder. You can use onion powder if you don't have an onion on hand. And if you want to add anything to your specific liking, like paprika or cayenne pepper or a salt-free everything seasoning, it's whatever you want. And it will cook up really good with the vegetables so that when the meat goes in, after they're almost getting there to a very nice soft texture, the meat will pick up all of that yummy deliciousness. So it will be embedded into the meat as well. And you can just taste it throughout every bite. And if you're someone who doesn't like seasonings or a lot of seasoning, just a little bit of salt will go a long way too. You can just make it your own. This is a very simple take on shepherd's pie or cottage pie, if you will. And I will be right back when we decide to add the meat and show you how we're going to prepare our potatoes. Now, you can do them potatoes boiled. Does not matter, and then mash them yourself. Some people add butter, some people don't. Some people add sour cream, some people don't. You make your mashed potatoes how you like to make your mashed potatoes. I tend to get the butter flavored mashed potatoes. I try to get a good amount of them so it can cover all of the top. And I like to put some chives, fresh or dried, on top. I think it makes a really good staple and a little bit better taste in the end. And then whatever cheese you decide to use, you can use whatever cheese. I will tell you, however, cheddar, be it sharp or medium, will always taste better in this meal, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. What you will also need is a pack of brown gravy and 1 can of mushroom soup. And I will see it in a little bit and see what we're going to do to create this wonderful, beautiful pie. And you can just follow along with me step by step. Okay, we're at that halfway mark almost. We decided for this we're going to use a large 9x15 deep dish. I need 6 cups of potatoes, mashed potatoes. So I'm going to start my water for the 6 cups of potatoes, which is going to be instant. This is getting brown. You don't want it like minced meat like you would if you're making tacos. You kind of want to keep them in bigger chunks because it is a shepherd's pie. And then the other ingredients you're going to need, of course, are going to be something to top it with, which I'm using chives. I've got my brown gravy, corn, green beans, mushroom soup, A1 sauce or Worcestershire sauce or Heinz 57. You only need about a tablespoon or 2 of that. That is not in the recipe that I've made. My husband really, really loves it when I add it. It gives it a certain oomph. And then half of a pound of shredded cheddar. I like mild to medium, the best for this recipe. This is going to be all different according to what your family likes. This is a great meal for if your family has particular tastes. You can make it spicy, you can make it less salty, you can take out the carrots if you hate carrots, add peas in. I don't have any peas because I really love a little fresh pea in there, or frozen pea. That's the only thing that I would do differently. I did have celery, which kind of mimics the peas, but the peas do taste good. Celery is low in carbs, so that's probably better than the peas. When this gets fully cooked, I'm going to be adding the can of mushroom soup, the gravy with a little bit of water in it, maybe about half a cup to a cup of water, and then a couple tablespoons of that. And we're going to mix it all together when it's done. And when we hit that step and my potatoes are done, I will come back and show you how we're going to assemble it. You're going to want to start preheating your oven to about 350 right now, just so that when we are all done, it's already up to temperature. Now, depending on what your elevation is, you might not need it at 350. You might need it higher, you might need it lower. So it just depends on where you live. Anyways, I will be right back. So we have gotten all of this done. We added the whole can of mushroom soup. We added the pack of brown gravy, the A1 sauce, about a tablespoon worth of A1 sauce, our 6 cups of mashed potatoes, which is easy because the instructions will be on the back of the box. When this gets done and the carrots are as tender as I'd like them, I'm going to transfer all of this into this pan, which, sorry, it has some potatoes right here already. Top it with that and put it in the oven. I'll let you see what it looks like before it goes in the oven. We're saving the cheese and the toppings of your choice until the casserole is about halfway cooked, and that's when we will add the cheese and the topping. The casserole, depending on your oven and your elevation, will take anywhere from 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or even to an hour. It just depends on where you live and how you would like your cheese. If you like your cheese ooey gooey, it'll go in less time. If you like it a little more crunchy or maybe the top bubbling, you might want to leave it in there for about 15 to 30 minutes longer. Just depends on how you like your food. Some people, if you want to, you can add barbecue sauce in this mixture. Sweet Baby Ray's is one of my favorites. You can add hot sauce. Like I said, you can make it your own. So when we get this assembled, when this is all done, I'll take you back and let you see what it looks like. Lids are awesome for this because it will really help steam out and really get those veggies very tender a lot quicker. And just stay with me. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. And here's what it looks like before it goes in the oven. We're going to pop it in 350 and watch the magic happen, fellas. Okay, it's out. It's bubbling. This is what it looks like. You need to let it sit out for about 10 minutes, up to 15 minutes before you cut it, because it's going to be really mushy if you don't. You need to let it sit up a little bit. But there you go. It's all ready to serve. This makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 huge pieces, or 15 regular medium-sized pieces. That's a lot of food.